What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Wednesday morning episode of the Daily Juice Podcast with me, Matt Perrault, at Sports Talk Matt, to follow me across all socials. And this podcast is being brought to you by OmahaSteaks.com. Promo code JUICE in the search bar activates all the anniversary savings, 50% off select packages for the anniversary sale going on right now at OmahaSteaks.com. Promo code JUICE in the search bar. Okay, so a 1-2 night again. That's 1-2, 1-1, 1-2. Not running hot, not running well. But we'll take it better than an 0-3. The Rangers game went over for us. Got hooked on the Braves game, unfortunately, and then the Aces got thumped again. I mean, Liberty, man, look out. They very well could knock off Vegas. Vegas has been the odds-on favorite for so long. If you think Vegas is going to go back-to-back, not a bad time to jump on Vegas because their odds might never be better after what happened against the Liberty. Yikes, 62 points? 91 over, we bet. Not even close. Liberty just went into Vegas, went in there, and got a huge victory. So 1-2 night, down 1.2. We're down about 1.3 for the week. So not horrible. Had a winning week last week. We've done pretty well here. I got to add up how many winning weeks we've had. I think we're like 5 of the last 6 weeks have been winning weeks, but I got to go check out exactly that stat for us. But I've got one college football bet. I've got one baseball bet, and I've got 2 baseball bets that I need to see the number that I'm eyeballing before I make a call on it. And there's no numbers out here overnight. So we're going to have to check on the Discord channel, bettingpros.com/chat. I will have 3 bets going today in baseball, but only one to give you out here on the podcast. Before we do any of that, got to tell you about our friends at Fanimal. They are back once again with a chance for you guys to get a great deal on buying tickets. Hidden fees suck. Customer service is awful. Buying tickets can be a nightmare and tough to coordinate with those friends. Fanimal has the answer. There are no fees for concert, festival, football tickets, basketball tickets, hockey tickets. It's the cheapest place on the net to buy tickets. They also have a patented group purchase program, which makes it very easy to split payments with your friends so no one's left holding the bag. You don't commit until your friends do. You pick the seats, pick how many tickets you want to pay for yourself, send the link to your friends, and when they join the group, everybody gets charged separately, and your tickets are secure. You can also stack cash by inviting your friends to your group and get $10 every time they join. Fanimal's got great customer service. Next time you need tickets, go to Fanimal.com or download the Fanimal app and use the promo code FanimalJuice for $20 off your first purchase. Check out Fanimal at FanimalJuice with the code at Fanimal.com and experience more. Okay, let's start with college football, and then we'll get to the baseball bets. South Carolina, win total is at 6. So right now, our college football future bets are the following. Drake May to go over 3,150.5 yards. Penn State over 9.5 wins. Texas +7 week 2 against Alabama. And Michigan to win the national championship at +900. I want to add on another future bet for us here with South Carolina. So here is Shane Beamer coming in at South Carolina. Now, last year, South Carolina took a really big step forward, went 8-5. They won 7 games in year 1. This is year 3, okay? A lot of talent. They are returning a quarterback who, look, whether you love Spencer Rattler or not, Spencer Rattler played very well at the end of last season. Big win against Tennessee. Now, Tennessee was nicked up, and maybe not Tennessee, but they beat Clemson. Now, you could say that's with DJU, and he's gone, so Clemson's got a real quarterback now. Still 2 huge wins, okay, to build upon. They've got a quarterback. The schedule is not going to be easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but let's just run through the schedule here, okay? They play North Carolina in the opener in Charlotte. Now, that game is going to have a lot of South Carolina fans there. They play Furman at home. That's a win. They'll play Georgia in Athens and get crushed. They play Mississippi State at home. That could be 2 or 3 wins, depending if they beat North Carolina. If they beat the Tar Heels, whose defense is not going to be good, and their offense is going to be very good, but their defense is not very good. And South Carolina's got a kid I'll tell you about here in just one second, defensively, that we need to talk about. But let's say they beat North Carolina. That's 1. They beat Furman. That's 2. They beat Mississippi State. That's 3. They go to Tennessee. They'll lose to Knoxville. Then the bye. But in October, they have Florida at home. They should win that game. Okay, that would be 4. At Missouri, they're probably going to beat Missouri on the road. Tough game, but they'll win. They'll lose to A&M. They're 1-8 since A&M joined the SEC, so not beating A&M in College Station. But then they play Jacksonville State, Vanderbilt, and Kentucky all at home. They play Clemson at home. I mean, you start adding it up. I need 6 wins for a push or 7 wins to go over. This team can go 6-6. This team can go 7-5. This team can go 8-4 for that matter. I mean, we'll see what it winds up going. But, I mean, they got a shot here. It's at BetMGM. 6 wins is -120. I like this play. I do. I like this. I think this is a good play. And let's talk about the number 1 freak athlete in college football, Nicholas Harbor of South Carolina. Bruce Feldman, just from The Athletic, just put out his top 100 list of freaks in college football. Penn State has the most of any team he's ever written, which is good news for us. But this Nicholas Harbor kid is ridiculous. In the 2 decades of doing this, Bruce Feldman writes, I don't think I've ever had a true freshman at number 1. But this player is different. 6'5", 243 pounds, 5-star recruit. This guy's either going to be a defensive end or a wide receiver. They don't know yet. How about that? Now, he's listed as a wideout by Bruce Feldman, but he's also a defensive end who could be a future Olympic sprinter. He's the son of former U.S. national soccer team forward Jean Harbor. He clocked in at a 10.22 100-meter dash, a 6.64 60, and a 20.63 200. That is ridiculous. He hit 22.9 miles per hour this year in training with South Carolina. I mean, the comparisons, Jody Wright, who's at South Carolina, coached in the NFL and with Alabama. He worked with Julio Jones and Derrick Henry. This is a crazy quote. He said, I would say a taller Julio with a Derrick Henry type build is a great comparison. He has the potential to develop into a mismatched nightmare with his size and speed. I mean, he's taller and heavier than both Derrick Henry and Julio Jones. And yet his 100 time in high school, almost a full second faster than both those guys who wound up being all pros in the NFL. Shane Beamer's got a kid. This guy averaged 30 yards per catch last year and had 17 sacks when he played defense in 2021. This kid's on South Carolina. This kid's on South Carolina. I mean, it's crazy. It absolutely is crazy what this kid could be for South Carolina. Now, I'm not saying you make a bet based on a true freshman, okay? Who knows what he'll be? True freshman. But South Carolina's got some players. They got a wide receiver. They got a quarterback. Juice Wells is back. They got a new passing game coordinator. 6 wins, over. South Carolina, 6 wins, -120. We're going over. 1.2 units down on South Carolina to go ahead and win 7 games or more this season in the SEC. Hopefully Spencer Rattler stays healthy. That would be a big bummer if he did not stay healthy. Okay, let's talk some baseball. The Cincinnati Reds are at home. The total is 9.5. Reds are throwing their rookie, who I really do like, in Abbott. Now, this kid is a little bit inconsistent, but Andrew Abbott at home, he's a lefty and a guy who has been pretty tough to hit. At home, he has a 2.75 ERA. He's 2-2, an opposing batting average of 163. Now, the Reds, a couple crazy stats. The Reds are, as home favorites, they are 16-6 to the under at home. It's rare to see that. But as a favorite this year in baseball, the Reds are equally under 500. They are 18-12 to the under when they are favored, which is somewhat of a stunning situation. You're like, wait, really? And this team at home has turned into an under team all of a sudden after being an over team for most of the year. They're 34-27 to the under at home. Now, the Reds are facing the Guardians in Noah Syndergaard. That is a little bit scary. I'll give you that because, well, it's Noah Syndergaard. But on the road, Cleveland is not a very good team to the over. I mean, Cleveland is kind of the middle of the pack. They're 30, 29, and 2 to the over on the road. That's pretty much middle of the road, complete middle of the road. As a dog for them on the road, so as a dog in general, Cleveland to the over, or to the under rather, is 30 and 27 to the under on the road. So, and you look at as a road dog, it gets even better for betting against the total here, the over here, because again, they're 19 and 18, I guess. It's one game over 500 to the over. I know it's going to be scary. At 9.5, I know Noah Syndergaard can get absolutely tattooed, but he hasn't been horrible since being traded. He hasn't been awesome. He has a 9.21 ERA on the road this year. I get it. You're going to go, oh man, Matt, really? But this is his first road start. Oh, no, sorry. It's his second start on the road. His first road start against Houston, he went 5 1/3, gave up 1 earned run. Now, the bullpen came in and gave up 6, which they lost the game 7-3. But he pitched against the White Sox, went 6 innings, gave up 5. But last time out against Toronto, went 5 2/3 and gave up 1. I think the Reds are struggling to score here. Their offense is not great. It's minus 105. I'm going to go with the under. A little scary for a Reds team, but Reds are at home, but I think it's a little bit of a counterintuitive play. Everyone will bet the over. I'm going to come in on the under. Under 9.5, Reds and the Guardians with Abbott on the mound for Cincinnati. Full game, minus 105. Under 9.5 for Reds and the Guardians for 1.05 units. Now, Rangers team total up against the Angels. Braves team total up against the Yankees. I don't know what they are. I mean, we don't know what the numbers are. The books clearly know what people are looking for here because they're going to hold off and not put these out. I got to put it in the Discord channel, bettingpros.com/chat. I'll give you both plays on what number and what juice I'm going to lay here for this. But, I mean, the Yankees can't score, and so it's really scary to put 5-0. They got blanked last night. The team total for the Braves it's 5.5. It should have gone over. It didn't. Charlie Morton goes to the mound. Randy Velasquez goes for the Yankees, who hasn't been horrible, but he's more of an opener for them with a 2-1 record and a 1.89 ERA. The total probably going to be somewhere around 9 with Charlie Morton, so we might get a 4.5 for the Braves with a home total for Atlanta. Home team total for Atlanta. So I'll come back in with a team total bet for Atlanta. And then the Rangers continue to be just a machine to the over. Reed Detmer's going here against John Gray. We'll see what the total is going to be in this one. It looks like it's going to be 9. So that would be probably a team total of 4.5 or 5.5 for the Rangers. They've scored 12 and 7 in the first 2 games of this series. They just score at home. Their offense is so tough to deal with. I'm going to come in again and bet the over on a team total for the Rangers. Maybe game over, but most likely team total over for the Rangers and the Braves. So only bet is the under for the Reds at under 9.5 and minus 105 at DraftKings. BetMGM has the 6 for South Carolina, over 6 wins for South Carolina at minus 120. And then in the Discord channel, I'll put 2 other bets for you guys coming up later today. bettingpros.com/chat to get in. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across socials at Sports Talk Matt each and every morning. It is the Daily Juice Podcast being brought to you by OmahaSteaks.com.